Lights, camera, voila. The French Film Festival is back this year with more than 30 films, including stories inspired by real events. And for more, we have a French ambassador to Singapore, Stephen Marchisio, here in the studio with us. Ambassador, great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, first of all, let's start with the fact that vOilah has been part of Singapore's arts event scene for years. What is special about this year's edition?
Well, first, thank you for your invitation. And actually, we opened the new edition of the French Film Festival this week on Thursday. And just to give you some figures and to explain why this festival is so important, it will run for more than 2 weeks, up to November the 30th. And as you said, it will showcase 30 movies from all kind of categories, from action movies to drama to comedy to animation movies for the kids and for the family, which is obviously very, very important. It's the 41st edition of the festival. So we like to say it's the longest standing foreign film festival in Singapore. And it's very important for us because it's showcased, it's anchored in the cultural landscape of Singapore. We are very happy with this.
And there's a clear reason why it's lasted for so long as well, because it seems like French films really resonate with the audiences here in Singapore. Can you tell us why you think that is?
I think we have a strong connection between France and Singapore on the on the storytelling, on the narrative, on having films that relate to true situation, to what people experience in their lives. I have to say, as French ambassador, I'm very fortunate because I meet a lot of people in Singapore working in the cinema business, directors, producers, venue owners, and they're all very, very fond of their jobs.
So there's a lot of passion there as well. And given the theme for this year, which is from page to screen, and that highlights stories that are inspired by a lot of written word. So what do you think French filmmakers love making films and movies out of something that inspires them in writing?
Yeah, actually the page to screen concept is more than a concept for us. We've been cooperating with the Singapore Writers Festival for a very long time. And we have this year 2 writers coming to Singapore. But last year we showcased in Singapore The Count of Monte Cristo. This year we will showcase new movies adapted from books. Maybe I can give you some insight on the program, actually.
Definitely.
We will do the opening on Thursday with a movie called 13 Days, 13 Nights, which, as you said, relates to a true story. It's based on the unfortunate fall of Kabul in August 2021. And at the time, we had 300 people blocked at the French embassy. So there is a book on this story, and the movie is an adaptation of the book, and that explains how we managed to extract these 300 people back to safety at Kabul airport. It's a very action-driven movie, but based on a true story.
Yeah, so that's really much based in reality. But there's also quite a strong science fiction theme in this year's event. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I'm very happy about that. Actually, there is a strong push on science fiction this year because, it's a good opportunity to ask questions to the viewers, relating to what we have nowadays with AI, with innovation in our everyday life. So we have Dog 51, actually taking place in a not so far away Paris, about a society governed by AI and how you can manage to work with a predictive AI around you. We have The Shrinking Man with Jean Dujardin, the Oscar winner from The Artist, maybe you remember that, playing the man that shrinks, literally. So it's a very experience-oriented movie where you feel with the character how he relates to his own family and to his own house. I mean, shrinking, literally shrinking. So it's a real experience, I have to say.
Yeah.
And also Alpha. So if you remember Julia Ducournau, she won the Palme d'Or in Cannes in 2021 with a movie called Titanium, which was a very dark movie. And so she's very famous for this kind of movies. So she's doing a new movie called Alpha about virus. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm very looking forward to seeing it. But there is a lot of expectation on this science fiction part of the program.
Yeah, so there's so much that we can be exposed to. I think Singaporeans can be exposed to French culture, French history as well, and a lot about the future. Can you tell us more also if there are going to be any collaborations with local creators? Because traditionally, in many of vOilah's previous iterations, that has been the case. Has it changed this year?
Yes and no. I mean, as you said, I mean, we have Erico, the famous director, you know, he worked with Catherine Deneuve, so we have this kind of very long-standing cooperation. Not this year, but I have to say we still need our partners in Singapore, and actually not to name them, but the show organization, you know, we are going to be able to screen the movies in 2 of their venues in Orchard Road and Paya Lebar. So it's very important for us because they are the #1 supporter of the French Film Festival, and also the Alliance Française building close to Newton MRT. You know, so these are the places where you can see the movies.
Yeah, and speaking of that open air screenings and also the community screenings, why is that so important?
Well, the cinema is about, you know, connecting with people, and we wanted to reach out to the people of Singapore. So I mentioned the big venues, but we wanted also to go to the heartland of Singapore, and we have been working for that with the People Association. So we will be going to 12 community centers to showcase more family-type movies, of course, but for the kids and for their parents, very important for the parents also. And we will also go to Sentosa, so actually next weekend on November 15 and 16, so you can go to Palawan Beach to see the Wolf and the Lion on Saturday, and Hanzu, which is a Japanese animation movie, on Sunday. Beautiful movie, I have to say.
Yeah, lots to look forward to for our viewers as well. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for coming in and sharing about the vOilah, a film festival, a French festival. I've been speaking with Ambassador Stephen Marchisio, who is French ambassador to Singapore, who's been taking us through this year's vOilah French Film Festival.